Hello there, and thank you for joining me today. Take a moment, if you can, to just sit back, relax, and breathe. You've worked hard for many years, perhaps decades, and you've reached a milestone that many only dream of. Retirement is often painted as a permanent vacation, a never-ending sunset on a tropical beach. But as those of us who have reached this stage know, the reality is much more nuanced, much deeper, and in many ways, much more rewarding than a simple vacation. Today, we are going to have a long, honest, and very calm conversation about what life is really like after you stop punching the clock. We're going to talk about the quiet mornings, the new rhythms of your days, and how to navigate the changes that come with this new chapter. This isn't a guide on how to get rich or how to find a secret fountain of youth. Instead, it's a reflection on the everyday beauty and the practical realities of life after 65. We'll look at the joys, the adjustments, and even the challenges that nobody really tells you about in the brochures. As we settle into this discussion, I want to outline what we will be covering over the next 40 minutes. Retirement is perhaps the biggest transition we face in our adult lives. It's not just about the money in the bank, although that is certainly part of it. It's about who we are when we are no longer defined by our job titles. Many people spend 30 or 40 years being the manager, the teacher, or the engineer. When that title goes away, a new journey begins, a journey of rediscovering yourself. In this video, we are going to explore the different phases of retirement. We'll talk about why the first few months often feel like a honeymoon, and why that feeling eventually shifts into something more permanent. We will look at the common mistakes people make, not just financial mistakes, but emotional ones too. It's important to understand these things early, so you can avoid the feeling of being lost that some retirees experience. We're also going to talk about why staying engaged with the world is the secret to a long and happy life. Whether it's through family, hobbies, or volunteering, having a reason to get out of bed is vital. I'll share some stories and scenarios that I hope will resonate with you, things that make you say, "Yes, I felt that too." This video is designed to be a companion for you, whether you've been retired for 10 years or you're planning to retire next month. The reason it is so important to watch this all the way through is that retirement is a marathon, not a sprint. The decisions you make in your first few years can set the tone for the next 20 or 30. We want those years to be filled with peace and purpose. So, let's take our time today. There's no rush. We have all the time in the world to get this right. We are going to walk through this together, step by step, slowly and clearly. Let's begin by talking about the basic foundations of a good retirement. When we think about retirement, the first thing that usually comes to mind is freedom. Freedom from the alarm clock, freedom from the commute, and freedom from the stress of deadlines. And yes, that freedom is a wonderful gift. However, freedom without a plan can sometimes lead to a bit of boredom or even a loss of direction. The first concept we need to understand is the new daily rhythm. For your entire life, your rhythm was dictated by others. Now, you are the conductor of your own orchestra. This means you have to decide when your day starts and what gives it meaning. It sounds simple, but it is one of the biggest adjustments you will make. Some people find that they love having no schedule at all, while others find that they need a little bit of structure to feel like themselves. Both are okay, but it's important to recognize which one works for you. Another basic concept is the shift in how we view our resources. For years, we were in the accumulation phase, saving every penny, watching the 401k grow, and thinking about the future. Now, You are in the distribution phase. This is a very different mindset. It can be a little bit scary to see the balance go down instead of up. But remember, that money was saved for exactly this purpose, to support your life and your comfort now. We should also talk about the concept of social connection. When you work, you have a built-in community. You see people every day. When you retire, that community can fade away if you aren't careful. It's very important to realize that staying social isn't just a luxury. It's a key part of staying healthy. Whether it's a weekly coffee with friends or a phone call to a sibling, these small interactions are the glue that holds a happy retirement together. Let's repeat that, because it's so important. Your daily rhythm, your mindset about your savings, and your social connections are the three pillars of this new life. If you focus on these three things, the rest of the details often fall into place. It's about finding balance. You don't need to be busy every second, but you do need to feel like your time is being used in a way that makes you happy. Think about your own life right now. Do you have a routine that makes you feel good? Do you feel comfortable with the way you're spending your time? It'd be okay if the answer is not yet. Retirement is a transition, and transitions take time. It might take a year or two to really find your sea legs in this new world, and that is perfectly normal. Don't rush the process. Common mistakes. Now, let's talk about some of the common mistakes that people often make when they first retire. I'm sharing these not to worry you, but to help you navigate around them. One of the most common mistakes is what experts call the honeymoon spending spree. When people first stop working, they feel so much relief and excitement that they start spending money like they're on a permanent vacation. They might buy a new car, take 3 cruises in a row, or start expensive home renovations all at once. While it's wonderful to celebrate, it's important to remember that retirement can last 30 years or more. Spending too much too early can put a lot of pressure on your later years. It's often better to wait a year or two before making any massive financial decisions. Let the newness of retirement wear off a little bit first. This allows you to see what your actual, everyday living expenses look like before you commit to big, long-term costs. Another mistake is neglecting the small health habits. Without a job to get us moving, it's easy to become a bit too sedentary. We might spend more time in front of the television or sitting in a chair reading. While rest is important, our bodies still need movement to stay lubricated and strong. Even a gentle 15-minute walk every day makes a world of difference. It's much easier to maintain your health than it is to try and get it back once it's slipped away. A third mistake is what I call the isolation trap. This happens when a retiree starts to pull back from the world. Maybe they stop going to church, or they stop calling friends because they feel they have nothing new to report. This is a mistake, because we always have something to offer. Your presence, your wisdom, and your friendship are valuable regardless of whether you have a work update to share. Staying connected is a choice you have to make every single week. Finally, many retirees make the mistake of not talking openly with their spouse about their expectations. If one person wants to travel the world and the other wants to stay home and garden, there can be some tension. It's so important to sit down and have these conversations. What do you want our Tuesdays to look like? How much time do we want to spend with the grandkids? Being on the same page will save you a lot of stress down the road. To recap, we want to watch out for overspending in the beginning. We want to keep our bodies moving in small ways. We want to avoid isolating ourselves, and we want to communicate clearly with our loved ones. None of these mistakes are fatal, but avoiding them makes the road much smoother. Retirement is a time to enjoy, But it's also a time to be wise and thoughtful about the life you are building. Real-life situations. Let's talk for a moment about what a typical real-life day looks like after retirement. It's often different than what the commercials show. In the commercials, everyone is playing golf or sailing a boat. In real life, retirement is often found in the small, quiet moments. It's the Tuesday morning when you realize you can take an hour to drink your coffee and watch the birds in the backyard. There is no boss waiting for you. There is no traffic to beat. Real-life retirement is also about the chores and the errands that we now have time to do without rushing. Going to the grocery store at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday morning is a completely different experience than going on a Saturday afternoon. It's quieter. It's slower. You can actually talk to the person behind the counter. These small interactions become a bigger part of your day, and they can be very pleasant if you embrace them. However, real life also includes some challenges. You might find that you have more doctor's appointments than you used to. Navigating the healthcare system and keeping track of medications can sometimes feel like a part-time job. This is a reality for many of us as we age. The key is to handle these things with patience. Don't let the appointments ruin your day. Treat them as just another task, and then reward yourself with something nice afterward, like a stop at the library or a favorite park. You might also experience the quiet house syndrome. If you spent years in a busy office or raising a family, the silence of a retired home can be startling at first. Some people find it peaceful, while others find it a bit lonely. If the silence feels too heavy, it's okay to turn on some music or a podcast, but also try to appreciate the peace. This is the peace you worked so hard to earn. It's a chance to listen to your own thoughts. We also have to talk about family. Many retirees find that they become the on-call support for their children and grandchildren. This can be a great joy, but it can also be exhausting if you don't set boundaries. It's wonderful to help out, but remember that this is your retirement too. It's okay to say no sometimes so that you can protect your own energy and your own schedule. In real life, retirement is a mix of these things: the beautiful quiet, the mundane errands, the health management, and the family dynamics. It's not a movie. It's just life, only at a slower pace. And that slower pace is exactly where the magic happens. When you stop rushing, you start noticing things you missed for 40 years. You notice the way the light hits the trees in the afternoon. You notice the taste of your food. You notice how good it feels to just be. Practical steps. So, how do we make the most of this time? Let's look at some practical, simple steps you can take to ensure your retirement is as fulfilling as possible. The first step is to create what I call a tentative routine. This isn't a strict schedule like you had at work. It's just a general idea of how you want your week to go. Maybe Monday is for grocery shopping and laundry. Maybe Wednesday is for visiting the library or a friend. Having these anchors in your week helps the days from simply blurring together. The second practical step is to do a financial check-in every few months. You don't need to obsess over the stock market every day. In fact, I recommend you don't. But sitting down once a quarter to look at your spending and your bank balance is very healthy. It gives you a sense of control and peace of mind. If you see that you're spending a bit more than you planned, you can make small adjustments early rather than big, painful adjustments later. Third, find a new project. This doesn't have to be something big. It could be learning to cook a new type of cuisine, starting a small container garden on your patio, or finally organizing those boxes of old family photos. Having a project gives you a sense of accomplishment. We all need to feel like we are doing something, even in retirement. It keeps our minds sharp and our spirits high. Fourth, prioritize low-impact movement. As I mentioned before, staying active is crucial. Find something you actually enjoy doing. If you hate the gym, don't go to the gym. Instead, try water aerobics, or a walking group, or even just some light stretching in your living room while you watch the news. The goal is to keep your joints moving and your heart healthy without overstraining yourself. Fifth, consider volunteering in a small capacity. Many retirees find that giving back just a few hours a week provides a massive boost to their happiness. Whether it's helping at a local food bank, tutoring a child, or helping out at a local park, being needed by others is a powerful medicine. It reminds us that we still have a lot of value to give to our community. Finally, make sure you are documenting your life. Whether you write in a journal, take photos, or just tell stories to your family, your experience is important. You have lived through a lot of history and learned a lot of lessons. Sharing that wisdom is a beautiful way to spend your time. It's a gift to the generations that come after you. If the situation is complex. Now, I want to speak to those of you who might be finding retirement a bit harder than you expected. Perhaps you're dealing with a health issue, or maybe the current economy has you feeling worried about your savings. I want you to know that it is okay to feel anxious. These are real concerns, and you are not alone in feeling them. The most important thing is to not let that anxiety steal your peace. If things feel overwhelming, the best thing to do is to focus on the next small thing. Don't try to solve the next 20 years of your life today. Just focus on today. If you're worried about money, talk to a professional or a trusted family member about making a small budget. If you're worried about your health, focus on the one thing you can do, like eating a good meal or taking a short nap. Small steps lead to big changes over time. It's also important to remember that resilience is something you've practiced your whole life. You've been through hard times before. You've navigated career changes, family crises, and economic ups and downs. You have the skills to handle this too. Sometimes, we just need to remind ourselves of how strong we actually are. You have a lifetime of experience to draw from. If you're feeling lonely, please reach out. There are so many organizations and groups specifically for people in our age group. There is no shame in saying, "I'd like some company." In fact, it's a sign of strength to know what you need. Whether it's a senior center, a church group, or an online community, there are people who want to connect with you. I also want to encourage you to find beauty in the small things, even when the big things are stressful. A good cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, or a kind word from a neighbor. These things are free, and they are always available. They are the small lights that help us through the darker times. Hold on to them. You are doing better than you think you are. Retirement is a huge adjustment, and it's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You have earned the right to take it slow and to ask for help when you need it. Everything is going to be okay, one day at a time. Before we move on to some of the questions I often hear, I wanted to mention something that might be helpful for you. I've put together a very simple professional PDF checklist that covers some of the things we've talked about today. It's designed specifically for Americans over 55 who are looking for a bit of clarity in their retirement journey. This checklist isn't a sales pitch, and there's no cost for it. It's just a resource I created to help you organize your thoughts. It includes things like a weekly routine planner, a list of social connection ideas, and a few simple financial health questions to help you stay on track. It's very easy to read, and you can print it out if you like, to have something physical in your hands. If you think this would be useful for you, you can find the link to download it for free in the description of this video. It's just my way of saying thank you for spending your time with me today. Again, it's completely free and professionally designed to be clear and easy to use. I hope it brings a little bit of extra peace of mind to your week. Frequently asked questions. I often get asked a few common questions about this stage of life, so I thought I'd take a moment to answer them here. One question I hear a lot is it too late to start a new hobby? My answer is always a resounding no. In fact, retirement is the best time to start something new. Your brain is still very capable of learning, and having a new challenge is one of the best ways to stay young at heart. Whether it's painting, learning a language, or birdwatching, it's never too late. Another question is, how do I deal with the feeling that I'm not being productive anymore? This is a tough one because our society values doing so much. But remember, your value as a human being is not tied to your productivity. You have spent decades being productive. Now, your job is to live well, to be a good friend and family member, and to enjoy the life you've built. Being present is just as valuable as being productive. People also ask about downsizing. Should I move to a smaller house? This is a very personal decision. For some, a smaller home means less maintenance and more freedom. For others, their home is full of memories and they aren't ready to leave. My advice is to not rush the decision. Live in your current home for at least a year of retirement before you decide to move. See how the space feels when you're there all day. Finally, I get asked about Social Security and Medicare. While I can't give personal financial or medical advice, I always recommend that you go directly to the official government websites or visit your local office. They are there to help you, and getting the information straight from the source is always the safest bet. Don't rely on rumors or something you heard from a neighbor. Get the facts so you can feel secure. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. Retirement is not the end of the book. It is simply a new chapter, perhaps the most interesting chapter of all. It is a time for reflection, for rest, and for a different kind of growth. You have a wealth of experience, and the world is a better place because you are in it. Please remember to be patient with yourself as you navigate these changes. Some days will feel wonderful and full of light, and other days might feel a bit quiet or uncertain. That is the natural ebb and flow of life. Embrace both. The quiet days are just as important as the busy ones. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. It's been an honor to share these thoughts with you. If you found this conversation helpful, please feel free to share it with a friend who might also be navigating these waters. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else understands what we're going through makes all the difference. Take care of yourself. Keep moving. Keep connecting. And most importantly, keep being you. You've worked hard for this time, so please, allow yourself to enjoy it. You deserve all the peace and happiness that this new chapter has to offer. This video is for educational purposes only. Always check with a professional if you need personal financial, legal, or medical advice. Thank you again for watching, and I wish you a truly wonderful and peaceful day.